I'm Anthony, and this is Tomioka Academy. With Tomioka Academy, we're going to be talking more about the fundamentals and the science behind turbos and installing them, as well as the reason why you would actually install a aftermarket turbo onto your stock car. Today we have our A-90 Supra right behind me. We're going to actually be installing our Tomioka Racing turbo upgrade. With the Tomioka Racing turbo, the Supra A-90 can actually go up to 750 horsepower. This turbo has the ability to be able to upgrade you and get you up to that high horsepower. Luckily with the Tomioka Racing turbo, a big tune and software upgrade is not fully necessary, even though it is recommended to give you the best reliability and performance out of your car. When doing the turbo upgrade, we always recommend using certain types of products. We prefer using Motul oil for our cars. If you're going to be doing street driving, this is the style that we recommend, the Eco Light. If you're going to be doing high performance track driving often enough, we always recommend the high RPM. This will actually give you better cooling in your oil and keep your temps lower. For coolant, we always recommend BMW OEM coolant antifreeze. Since the car is made specifically with the BMW motor, we want to utilize what BMW has already done all of their research and development into and utilize the same exact stuff. This will give you better reliability instead of using something else not perfectly formulated for the motor. When you upgrade to the TR turbo, it's actually 20% bigger spindle than the stock turbo. It utilizes a billet formed design to be reliable, lighter, and faster spinning than the stock one. Everything with the TR turbo is actually bolt-on stock OEM manifold. You don't have to require any big major modifications, if anything. Everything is made to be designed just to bolt on and take over your OEM turbo. For that, it's a minimal amount of tools, but it will take about 2 hours worth of time to install. The expertise level to install our TR turbo onto an A-90 Supra is about 8 out of 10 or so. I would recommend taking it to your local performance shop and having them do it. There are some limitations that a normal mechanic can get done, so we always say take it to the professionals and get it done the first time right. There are bolts that can be stripped, and there are stuff that you might not know to get done into your own shop. So always take it to the professionals and have someone that's knowledgeable about the motor have it done. Luckily today here we have Alex. He's going to be doing our install today, and we'll be showing you a little bit more of what's actually needed and a little bit of what actually gets done to have a turbo installed. It's a little bit more labor intensive than you'd think. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of parts you do need to take off and a lot of parts you need to move. So we always recommend having you go to a professional to have it done. The Tomioka Racing Turbo will give you high reliability and also big performance gains. But always remember that a turbo upgrade in something like this is not street legal and is always recommended for off-road use. Being at EDO Performance, we really like to specialize in making sure that each product is properly maintained and looked over. So before doing the install, there's a lot of stuff you need to check off. You need to make sure your fluids in your car are kept well. You need to make sure your gaskets and everything else are kept in. And always make sure when you're doing the install that you have the proper amount of time, the tools recommended, as well as the skill level needed. Tomioka Racing has been around since 2006, creating and developing turbo upgrades for Subarus, BMWs, Toyotas, and various other vehicles.